Lord forgive me for this trap shit. Sergeant Smack making backflip. Telly Hank did with the action. With the Vato speaking Spanish. Frank Matthews, how I vanish. Poof. Came back like I'm King Tut. Gold BBS is on a beamer. When Fat Cat was 10 queens up. Ball off the profit, not the re-up. Fly like Puerto Rican Jesus. Uptown like I'm Baby Maine. Just caught a touchdown from the Bay.
Murder charges against the man accused of shooting 4 people inside a Chicago restaurant back in 2017 are now dropped. According to prosecutors, the request to drop the case happened because of unreliable witness accounts.
Hit him up, then get out that jam. Hey, I burn his body like a 10. Ask God forgive my sin. Man down on the ops again. Might spin through that bitch again.
I saw a man sitting up dead, shot on the tree. He's sitting up. He's just sitting up. Dead. He's right there.
We do have some breaking news this morning. Chicago police have named the man they're charging with a quadruple murder in South Shore.
CBS 2's Lauren Victory is live at police headquarters where investigators will share more details about that suspect in a few hours. Good morning, Lauren.
That's right, Aaron and Lionel. CPD head honchos are scheduled to share more in the 11 o'clock hour. They made the arrest last night and named the suspect early this morning. Maurice Harris is looking at 4 counts of first-degree murder. The 19-year-old is accused of being the triggerman in 4 homicides on the 2700 block of 75th Street last Thursday. Police say Harris opened fire in Nadia Chicken and Fish restaurant, then again in area parking lots. The killings took the lives of 19 and 20-year-old brothers, as well as 2 other men. 3 more people died that day from gunfire in the same 8-block radius. Members of the South Shore neighborhood held a peace march with police last night to address the violence.
We don't gather here as a memorial. The only thing I really know how to do is work. I don't have anything I can tell that mother. But we can organize as a community to prevent this from happening together.
Now, police couldn't say if that quadruple shooting related to Harris's arrest is related to the other killings that day. They have said that they believe the murders that they believe Harris is responsible for are gang-related. Reporting live at CPD headquarters, I'm Lauren Victory, CBS 2 News. Lionel?
All right, we'll be tuning into that news conference.
He is
Lauren,
just
thank you.
19 and charged with a quadruple homicide. This is Maurice Harris. Police say the teen, who is no stranger to law enforcement, gunned down 4 people near 75th and Coles last week. The reason? Police say it appears to be retaliation for his father's murder a day earlier. CBS 2's Suzanne Lemonnier reports.
Police say Maurice Harris's father, Jerry Jacobs, was a documented gang member who was arrested 47 times in the past. Jacobs was shot to death a day before the quadruple homicide happened near 75th and Coles.
I don't have the motive for why Jerry Jacobs was killed, but I mean, it's a reasonable belief. Jerry Jacobs is murdered, then 24 hours later, his own son goes and kills 4 people. So obviously, those 2 incidents are related.
19-year-old Harris is now charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder.
3 witnesses to this quadruple murder identified Maurice Harris as the shooter.
Prosecutors say Harris is a documented gang member with an extensive juvenile record.
As we've seen too many times before here in Chicago, he's no stranger to CPD.
Harris has had 29 arrests. His crimes range from armed robbery to unlawful firearm possession. His first arrest was at the age of 12.
If someone would do a deep analysis into him as a juvenile, it'd be no shock that we're here talking to you today about this.
Tips led police to an address in Blue Island where Harris was taken into custody. He's being held without bond. Live in the newsroom, Suzanne Lemonnier, CBS 2 News. Erica, Rob.
Suzanne, thank you.
Yo, we back. Shit got Popalot. Mobb. We just got in Illinois. On our way to the rack with it. Chicago. I'm gonna need all my real ones to meet us in South Shore. We headed to Nadia's Fish and Chicken. Y'all watch out. Now, today I'm gonna be telling you a tale about how a 2-day span in March of 2017 will forever impact two families, leaving one family fatherless and leaving the other with a mother forced to watch her two sons being executed while she was at work. Now, today, I will be telling you the story of Maurice Harris, or NLMB Wet, as he also goes by, or NLMB Wet 'em Up. Now, the saga all begins on March 29, 2017, right after 11 p.m. in the evening, when a man was walking on a sidewalk in the 7900 block of South Phillips Avenue, when four men would exit a dark-colored sedan and fire multiple shots. The man would end up being wounded on the right side of his body and end up taking himself to South Shore Hospital, where he would be listed in critical condition. He would be pronounced dead at 3:40 a.m., according to the Cook County Medical Examiner's Office. Police would go on to identify the victim as a 37-year-old documented gang member by the name of Jerry Jacobs, going on to say that they didn't have any information to name any possible suspects. On the very next day, police would allege a gunman walked into the restaurant of Nadia's Fish and Chicken, which is located on the 7500 block of South Cole Avenue, and would proceed to open fire, shooting four victims. Emmanuel C. Stokes, who was 28 years old at the time, Edwin Davis, who was 32 years old at the time. They were both found fatally shot inside of the restaurant. Two other men, brothers, 20-year-old Dylan and 19-year-old Raheem Jackson, would flee from the scene after being shot, and their bodies would eventually be found in different parking lots about a block from the restaurant. Now, it would be less than a week later where the Chicago Police Department would go on to post on their Facebook page that they have identified a suspect, 19-year-old Maurice Harris, and he would be charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder in connection to the incident that occurred at Nadia's Fish and Chicken, going on even further to say that Maurice Harris was also a documented gang member, and saying that the shooting that killed the 4 men at Nadia's Fish and Chicken was to actually avenge his father's death, which had occurred on the previous night. Now, it was not quite mentioned what kind of evidence authorities had to link Maurice Harris to the slayings at Nadia's Fish and Chicken, but with the time and the place that the shooting occurred, you would have to believe that eyewitness accounts would probably have a lot to do with it. And Maurice Harris would essentially sit in the Cook County Jail until June of 2020, when Maurice Harris would essentially get a Hail Mary from God when Tondra Simonton, who was a spokeswoman for the state attorney's office, said in a statement that eyewitness accounts were found to be unreliable. Also saying, quote, after a thorough review, which included an additional investigation that was conducted after the charges were filed, saying that they concluded that the totality of evidence, including eyewitness accounts, saying that they were insufficient to meet their burden of proof, and they were unable to move forward with the prosecution of the quadruple murder case of Maurice Harris, eventually leading to his release. And it wouldn't take long for him to be spotted, where he would go on to release a G Herbo assisted video titled About It that amassed about 1.1 million views so far. And it's a pretty tight song. Y'all go check it out. Now, if I had to have a son, God make mines like this. But I definitely want to know what y'all think about this. We don't want to take this situation lightly. This is education, not glorification. 2 families were forever impacted by those span of 2 days. I really need y'all in the comment box to let me know y'all take on the situation. Y'all make sure y'all follow me on Insta, on Twitter. It's your boy Popalot, POP_A_LOT. Y'all hit the red subscribe right under this video so y'all know when we dropping. And y'all know I'm going to be back like ASAP. It's your boy Popalot. Mobb, mobb, mobb.